Today, I want to speak to a feeling many people don't admit. The feeling that you're behind in your life, behind in healing, behind in understanding yourself, behind in becoming calm, behind in becoming better. We carry a comparison now, not just about careers or relationships, but about self awareness. Other people seem evolved, grounded, emotionally intelligent, aware of their patterns, speaking about boundaries and trauma and nervous system with such clarity. And you sit with your notebook thinking, I still don't fully understand why I reacted that way yesterday. But here's something I've learned from reading deeply and writing daily. Inner growth does not move at the speed of language, it moves at the speed of integration. You can read 10 books about attachment theory, you can underline every paragraph about emotional regulation, but the actual shift happens slowly when life tests you. Long term writing reveals this truth. Someday your page is articulate, you sound wise, reflective, balanced. Other days it's messy, repetitive, immature, confused. That inconsistency does not mean you're regressing, it means you're human. When you write one page a day, you begin to see your internal seasons, not just your progress. You see how in some months you're softer, in others defensive, in some weeks hopeful, in others tired and short tempered. And this is where something subtle happens. The way you write reflects in the way you behave with people. If your journaling is rushed and harsh, you often speak to others with the same impatience. If your journaling is overly analytical, you may struggle to simply sit with someone's emotion without dissecting it. If your journaling is honest but kind, you begin offering that same honesty and kindness outward. Because writing is rehearsal for relating, your inner dialogue eventually becomes your outer tone. Long term journaling does not make you perfect, it makes you familiar with yourself, and familiarity reduces panic. You stop reacting to every mood like it's a crisis. You stop assuming every emotional setback means failure. You stop comparing your inner timeline to someone else's highlight reel. Reading plays a quiet role in this. When you read slowly, novels, essays, psychology, poetry, you encounter other inner worlds. You realize how layered people are, how contradictory, how unfinished. That realization softens you toward yourself. You stop demanding constant transformation, you start allowing steady unfolding. There's something I often notice after months of consistent writing. The drama reduces. Not because life becomes simple, but because you begin recognizing your own patterns earlier. You catch yourself before escalation, you pause before sending the message, you breathe before defending yourself. These changes are not loud. They don't announce themselves with fireworks, but they show up in your relationships. You interrupt less, you listen longer, you apologize without collapsing, you disagree without attacking. And none of this feels like a breakthrough moment, it feels very ordinary, which is why people miss it. We've been conditioned to look for visible milestones, the before and after photos of personality, but inner work rarely provides dramatic reveals. It provides quieter reflexes. And journaling makes those reflexes visible. When you read your entries from 3 months ago, you might not see a new person, but you will notice small shifts in tone, less urgency, less catastrophizing, more nuance. That is growth, not explosive, not glamorous, integrated. So if you feel behind, ask yourself, behind compared to what? There's no universal timeline for emotional depth. Some people grow through crisis, some through stability, some through therapy, some through solitude, some through reading a single sentence at the right moment. Your inner life is not a competition, it is a conversation. And conversations, good conversations, take time. If you're still confused sometimes, good. Confusion means you're questioning. If you still repeat patterns, good. Awareness of repetition is already movement. If you still feel intense emotions, good. Numbness would be more concerning. You're not late to your own depth. You're inside it, one page at a time. And perhaps the most honest measures of progress is this. Are you slightly more patient with yourself than you were before? Ask yourself, are you slightly less afraid of your own thoughts? Or are you slightly more willing to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it? If the answer is even quietly yes, then you're exactly where you need to be. Not ahead, not behind, just in process. And process is not something you rush, it's something you stay with. Close your notebook gently and notice what part of you still believes you should be further by now. Sit with that thought. You don't have to solve it. Just don't abandon yourself because of it. I'll see you in the next page.